is stubborn before God, God sees you as a witch. Who is a witch? A witch is that thing, that one that is against anything that is God. And you see, Satan will not leave a man or a woman or a person until divine judgment is pronounced. What really happened eventually? What happened? I'm asking you. It's a story. We are following it together. Nobody here knows what happened. What happened after now? Huh? He was disposed. Good. But I want to hear it properly. And Samuel looked at him because you have refused to obey the voice of God. And now, instead of he saying sorry, give me a claim that you have obeyed. God have torn the kingdom from you and given it to another. It was immediately the judgment had been pronounced. That is when the demon or the spirit that was tormenting him now left him. It was now when he now remembered, I have sinned. Are you saying that all this while he didn't know he sinned? I'm asking us, please. Does it mean that all this while he didn't know he was sinning? That's why the Bible says, he that often being rebuked keeps a stiff neck. He say, destruction shall come suddenly, and that without remedy. If they told Saul that that day as Samuel was coming, that is what Samuel was coming to tell him, do you think he will agree? I hope you know that Samuel and Saul, they are in good terms. So Samuel loves Saul. Samuel loves Saul. Do you know that when God told Samuel about what Samuel began to pray for Saul, to intercede, until God came one and said, stop that nonsense. I have rejected the man. Oh yeah, it's like this, your head. No, they correct again. Fill your oil. Because I have not anointed the next king. That's why you're still praying. Fill your oil, move. Let me take you to who will take over from him. If they told him that day, that pronouncement that he will lose his throne that day, he will never believe it. Maybe he think it's something they can do. You know, sometimes when you're doing something, you think you're doing with pastor. You think you're dealing with your fellow friends. You think what you're doing, you think you're smart, you think you don't know it's God you're dealing with. When the pronouncement will come, then it's too late. God can tear that. You see, one of the things that stubbornness and rebellion does is that thing you cherish, God can take it away from you. And what was that thing that Saul cherished most? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? That's his throne. That was now he now said, please let me go and confess and ask God for mercy. So late. He forced Samuel to follow him and go. And from that day, the Bible says, as Samuel left, he never went back to Saul again until his death. That is why I laugh when I hear the debate that goes on. How many of you have had, I ask you now, you know about the witch at Endo? How many of you heard about the story about the witch at Endo? Are you sure I'm talking to in the church time? Or are you people, your body came to church today, you didn't come to church? You don't know what the story of witch at Endo, even something that was done in Bible school, in school. You don't know the story about the witch at Endo. I'm not sure. Maybe it's only you that know. If I want to embarrass some people now, I will call them now. Some of them are blinking. I said, Daddy, don't try it. Don't try it. Okay, I won't try it. I won't try it. They have given me a sign that they will send me a alert. I should not try it. Which attendo is the story of when Saul wanted to hear God on a particular matter. You see what we are talking about. After he did not obey God, from that day, God said, I will not waste my time to talk to you again. No matter how much you desire to hear, I won't talk again. So battle was to come. Normally, they will want to know the will of God before they go to battle. Saul did not go to the witch. Saul did not go to evil people with evil spirit. No, he went to the house of God. He went to the priests, the people that should consult God. And they did what they normally do. And when they do it, God will answer. The Urim and the Turim, the priest brought it and did everything they were supposed to do. God refused to answer. God refused to talk. God said, Oga, I have rejected you. I have no business with you again. See, that's the difference. That's the risk in toying with God. Don't make God come to a point where God will close your case. If you like, go to heaven and come down. No answer. It was not out of frustration. Because he wanted to know what to do. He couldn't. He had done everything. Bible says he called God by Urim and by Turim, by dream and by what? God did not answer him. Out of frustration, he now began to ask, is there any of these people we can ask question? I need to know. And then somebody told him there is a witch at Endo. Now, which is, according to the Bible says, suffer not a witch to live. And Saul himself, when he was in the will of God, Saul destroyed the witches in the land, drove them out, killed them. This one managed to escape and went to stay where is called Endo, practicing her sorcery, because God said, eliminate them from the land. The same man who eliminated these people now was now looking for a witch to consult. That's what happened to ministers of the gospel and those in the ministry. A pastor will be sinning and doing one thing or the other. God will be holding him and warning him. They will continue. A day comes when God shuts the person out. But then, because he wants to continue to see revelation and still continue to talk to people and maintain his status, he will now begin to look for familiar spirits. Is there any spirit I can get anywhere that can still help me to be seen? That's how they now deviate. So some of the people you see now as false prophets, they were not false in the beginning. They were real, genuine servants of God. And when they begin to misbehave, especially two particular sins are what kills people. Two. What is it? Immorality, sexual immorality. The second one is what? Idolatry. Ego, money. And once any minister or any person doing ministry, whether preaching, whether singing, whether administrative, anything you are doing for God, once these two things take you over, very, very soon, if you don't disengage, you are finished. That is why the man in Abuja that killed a young lady, girlfriend, you heard it, the gospel singer. He sings gospel, known in Abuja. A gospel singer killed his girlfriend. To start with, see a gospel singer with a girlfriend. Killed the girl, cut her head off, put the head in the back, and was carrying it on. Police apprehended him on the way. And when they were interrogating him later, I listened to the interview because I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. And the young man was saying, I have no regrets. They said, he said, I don't regret it. No regret. Does it not tell you that that man now, there's another spirit inside of him? There's nothing like God inside of him. If he's a child of God, true, that is still, what will happen? You will see remorse. Even though he has done the act, you will see remorse. That's why I even pity Judas. Even Judas, with all the evil that he did, at least as one that followed Jesus, when a time came when he found what, he was remorseful. The time when did Judas say, come? This man said, I have no remorse. No remorse. On camera. Gospel singer, you just kill somebody, cut off the head, they cut you, say you don't have any remorse. And to worsen it, this man, this girl, after killing her, he cut her into 50 pieces. Boy, I can know 50, packed her in bags. And the person who did this say he has no remorse. Tomorrow he will handle microphone. Jesus! Tomorrow they will handle microphone and begin to preach. Give your life to Jesus Christ. I want to speak into your life. God called me as a servant of God, as a pastor, as a... Hey, oh God. These are days when it is shameful to address yourself as a pastor. Do you know if you're traveling overseas now, come to airport, the moment you are on collar, or they see your passport, or somebody calls you pastor, all the people checking, everybody's eye will come up and watch you. You are now the suspect number one. Because pastors carry drugs. So he went to the witch at Endo to now hear, because he must hear. He has to know. And when he got to the witch at Endo, the woman said, who do you want me to raise for you? And when he said Samuel, the Bible said as soon as he mentioned Samuel, an old man began to rise from the earth and began to come up. And the woman shouted and turned and said, hey, you have deceived me. You are Saul. She never knew it was Saul because he disguised himself. Because she knew that if Saul sees her, Saul will kill her. Saul said, relax, relax. Forget those days. Describe the old man. He mentioned, he said, it's Saul. It's Samuel. And then the old man came up and said, yes. Why did you come to disturb my sleep? And he said, because God will not answer me, I need to know. He began to talk to him. And there has been so much debate till tomorrow. Some people say that is Samuel. Others say it's not Samuel. And I just begin to ask myself, these people that are saying that this is Samuel, are you sure they know what they are saying? Oga, a man that Samuel rejected in his lifetime, Bible says from that day Samuel never went back to see Saul as a prophet. Is it now when Samuel is dead that Samuel will come and answer a man he refused to answer when he was alive? Number two, I want to ask, a man that God refused to answer, okay? A man that God refused to answer. Bible says he called God by Urim and Turim. God refused to answer Saul. Is it now somewhere that will come and answer who God said he will not answer? Do we use our heads at all? God said, I won't talk to this man. Then Samuel will leave the land of the dead to come and answer somebody who his God said he will not answer. Don't you know that if that happens, Samuel is going to hell? Don't you know that the answer is very simple? The woman was called a woman with familiar spirit. It's very clear. The name is a woman with what? Familiar spirit. What came up was simply a familiar spirit. What is a familiar spirit? A familiar spirit is a spirit that can act like you, that can behave like you, that can talk like you, that can disguise like you. Not only when you are dead, even when you are alive. We see them in our dreams. Sometimes they will appear with somebody's face, your mother-in-law's face, and pursue you. With somebody's face and attack you. And then when you wake up, you say, hey, this man is my enemy. Most times it's not the person, it's a familiar spirit. Sometimes in that dream, if you're prayerful, how many of you have experienced it? That person that came